Hello, 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 hello. As you can see, I got a special guest here. That way I can keep track of him better. I'm just kidding. Um, I hope all of you can hear me. I have the green bar, so it looks good. Let me see here. Yep, it seems YouTube is okay, so we're good to go. Anyway, let me get started. First thing I want to say is, as you can read the scrolling at the bottom, did you do two great things today? Ask for two. One good thing. I'm up in the bar. Did you do two good things today? And what I mean by that, I brought it up for about a week now, 2 weeks. Go to YouTube, go to Twitter, the company YouTube, the company Twitter, and any new videos, watch them completely through, give them a thumbs up, make a comment, a good, nice comment. Doesn't have to be a paragraph, just something nice. And every once in a while, if you share one, boom. Now on Twitter, obviously it's a retweet, which is the same as sharing. Same thing. Watch the whole all the way through. Give it a like, a heart, any kind of thing. Um, Another thing, I've been on a lot of webinars, personal webinars. Not a lot of people, maybe 10, 15 people, whatever. But I'm really seeing the care for each other. And to me, that's so powerful. And we talked about that on a couple of webinars. And it's true. The power of this company is the people. Uh, and the movement of so many people with good-hearted people moving together at the same time in the same direction. And obviously, it all started with Mr. Mufareh. And then he surrounded himself with the same type of people. And it's amazing. Look at what's happening. Today, they came out with the new website. And I had rumors, oh, it's going to be one of the best ones you ever saw. No doubt. It is the best I've ever seen. You know, if you take your mouse and you scroll, a scroll has a click to it. You can feel it click, 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 click. Every scroll is a mini video of a product. I've never seen anything like it. It's playing. It's almost like 10 different websites on one site, and it brings it up while you're sitting there, and you're going, "Wow, how the heck did they do that?" I know a little bit about moving stuff, and but to do that is amazing. It is the coolest by far webinar website I've ever seen. I even texted Ash. I said, "Wow, that's definitely my favorite, without a doubt." Anybody that sees that's going to be impressed, because it's top notch, crazy technology. I say crazy because I can't come up with the right word. Some people get mad at me over that. I don't mean crazy bad. I mean crazy different. Crazy good. The other thing is, okay, we covered the Twitter, the YouTube, the contest. First thing I want to say to everybody, if you like contests, you do the lottery, you do whatever. This is and I don't even want to call it a contest. It's a giveaway. Anybody can join if you're a non-passive. If you scan this code, it will tell you how to get into the company free. And by the way, while you're getting it free, guess what you get? You get O-Mail, O-Net, O-Trim. And I'm going to tell you about that. O-Trim, O-Net, and O-Mail, best I've ever seen. And free and unlimited. And AI. The light of AI. Everybody's got this scary thing. Oh my God, AI is scary. iRobot's going to come to the door and destroy us all. The day AI programs Marty, I'll be worried. But right now, we tell AI what to do. And listen, AI is enhancing people's lives. It's doing something that nothing in the industry has done to this point at that level. And what I mean about that is it buys back time. We all have 168 hours a week, from the richest man in the world to the poorest person in the world. The time is the same. And you could talk to Chris, 30 some years in the auto industry. I spent 25 before I wound up losing, when I lost what I was doing, and 10, 12 hours every day. 6, 7, I was on call, always traveling, and you can't buy back that time. But the new generation, what's coming, would not surprise me that a 40-hour work week would be considered overtime. Because I believe people will make more with a less amount of time because of AI. I believe AI will create jobs and businesses. And people say, no, it's going to take it away. No. Listen, we can't go back 100 and some years or whatever. But I'm telling you, when Henry Ford came out with a car, the same complaints, the same scary talk went on to him, just like it is now to Onpassive. Example, car came down this beat up street. Why is it beat up? Hooves. Chris knows what I mean when I say hooves, okay? I'm just kidding. But hooves ripping up the road. So the tires coming down, they have wooden tires. It's bouncing around. It's smoke's coming out of it. People were furious. Oh my gosh, the blacksmiths are going to lose their jobs because they got to shoe horses. The carriage people are going to be out of business. Look what really, really happened. Hindsight's 2020. Look what really happened. The auto industry, I can't think of any industry in the world that actually created more businesses outside exactly what Henry Ford was doing. What am I talking about? We have rims. We have mufflers. We have custom places where they only sell custom parts to put onto the car. We have tire manufacturers. How many are there? Goodyear, Goodrich, Firestone. How many people did that employ in the last 100 years? Millions. How many blacksmiths do you really need? Right? So let's look at what it really did. Yeah, there was fright and oh my God, it's gonna. If you're an evil person, you could kill somebody with a straw. Now, it's going to be a very long process, but evil's evil, right? I mean, but let's not. Why would we focus on what evil can do? They do it every day. Who wants to focus on that? But they usually get caught, and it usually doesn't work. Why? Because light is stronger than darkness. It always is. The AI that we're talking about in Onpassive is going to enhance lives. It's going to save time, and it's going to do things. I'll give you an example. I'm losing my voice. When I worked in the corporate world, I know that's what you're thinking when you see the way I look. But when I was working in the corporate world, they would come up, everybody come up as the head of the department and bring up that month's worth of what you bought, what this was, how much that was, where you went, expenditures, whatever. And they had it, and one guy would collect them all the week before and make this chart. You know how long that takes? If you went back and everything and you had to record it and then bring the info to a meeting, and it was only a week, it'd take you 2 days to do it, right? Probably. With AI, somebody can push a button and give you 10 years of a report in 30 seconds. It saves time. Guaranteed all the people getting all this data, all these years, it's not fun. They would much rather be doing something else. I looked at when they first came out with recycling. It's a great idea. Turned into be a freaking nightmare because people said, what are we going to do with it? Not a lot of money in it. It sounds great, blah, 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 blah. So this will help all of you. If you go to Twitter every day, they do a blog almost every day, maybe twice a week, sometimes 3, sometimes 5. And it's about AI. And I saw before and after a business where people were standing on two sides of the conveyor picking out plastic, one guy, the other guy's picking out wood, the other guy's picking out metal, a certain kind of metal, aluminum. I'm like, you go home, you're kicking the dog, right? I mean, you got to be frustrated. Now, what do they have now? Robots. 24/7. They don't eat lunch. They don't complain to the shop steward. They're not missing work. They're not fighting with a girlfriend. It's nonstop. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you're taking the people's job. Listen, in the long run, there'll be businesses that are for these people that aren't that type of business. Well, then you use your mind. You can do whatever. It's not going to happen overnight. But AI is not going to take over everybody's job overnight. They're taking over things and programmed to do things that people need in a split second instead of hours and hours and hours of collecting data. It can do that for you in a blink of an eye. Anyway, I beat that horse to death, okay? No pun intended with the horse lovers. But anyway, I just want to say stop thinking about the bad part, the evil. You guys all know Ash Mufareh. Would he even be involved in that? No. He's doing good things with AI. Anyway, other thing I want to say is work with each other. Listen, edify each other. You know, we all know Pat Parent, okay? Now, she's had some bad times. What does she have now? She has shingles. I wrote her a little note. Trust me. When you hear about somebody, look, we can't do everybody. I know thousands of people. But when it comes to your mind, somebody, write them. Tell them that you're thinking about them because shingles are horrendous. I had them across my back. It felt like somebody hit me with a flamethrower. I'm not kidding. It was, I didn't know what it was. I thought, oh, great, I got leprosy. Where did I get that from? But it's painful. So little prayer for her, but we are our brother's keeper. And I'm going to tell you, no one represents that more than Chris Johnson, right? He's helping this gentleman in Africa, but he's not just helping the gentleman in Africa. He's helping 300 or 400 kids. And guess what happens with kids? Newsflash. They become adults. And they won't forget it. What's going on and what Chris has done, and a lot of you have added money to it, they'll never forget. You're changing lives before Onpassive. Listen, we always talk about a unicorn before it's born. Oh, bless was blessing before it was born. Look what happened with the earthquake. Who was the first one on the scene? One of the first. Onpassive, oh, bless. And that's the company giving before they ever received. Christmas time, me and Chris were blessed. I don't want to get the details of giving. And it was the best thing we ever did. We were doing to go, we got to go get some more. I love this, right? I'll tell you what was neat. Even cherry on the top, giving somebody else's money. No, I'm just kidding. If I had it, I would love to do it. But I'm just telling you that feeling. Look, I used to drink like Mr. Limpet, okay? I used to drink like Flipper. You know what I'm talking about? That stuff went through my gills to make me live. But it was a mistake, stupid. Never did I feel that good doing that as I did giving. No joke. Real quick story. In our church, we have elders. And they happen to be the most giving and the poorest. The elder that visited here, in fact, he had a dirt floor for a while. I don't know how he got here. He didn't have a lot of money. And I reached in my pocket, and I had, it's not like I have hundreds in my pocket, okay? but I had money in my pocket. And when I was shaking hands with him, I gave him a hug. In my hand was money. And that money I gave him, and this isn't about me, I just want to show you the power of giving. When I gave it to him, I put my hand down. In my mind, I'm thinking, I've got a whopping $3 in the bank. I'm not getting paid for days. But I just felt like I need to do it. That's faith and trust. Put my hand down. He left. We kind of looked at it. I saw him out in the driveway. He looked at it like him, just kind of shook his head. He was happy, but he doesn't like receive it. He gives all the time. Well, I go back in. I told Dawn, I said, I gave him, you gave him what? I gave him what was in my pocket. Okay, but I don't think we have anything. No, we don't. We're dirt freaking poor right now. The next day, or might even have been that day when we got the mail, but either it was within 24 hours. We get the mail, and they wrote us and said that we had paid something last year too much. Double what I gave the guy. Double what I gave the elder. Double. Now, was I expecting that? No, I didn't expect it at all. But when I got that feeling, I got to do this, I did it, and that's what really happened. So, and that's happened to me my whole life. You give, and don't expect anything. I wasn't, but that's the kind of things that happen sometimes. Might even be 6 months from now. Might be a year from now, and that memory will come back and go, "Wow, this really works and feels good." Anyway, let me turn it over to Chris because I'm losing my voice anyway. And let's see what this guy had. Oh, he got a haircut. Look at that head. Anyway, let's see what Chris has to say.
Marty, are you sure you needed me on here today? It's always an honor and a pleasure to be in the cool zone. Actually, Marty did me a favor today because I've been up pretty early this morning. I had to give my dog, she needed a haircut and a bath, and she absolutely hates it, so I had to prep her for it. Waiting for the phone call now. And Marty just said so many things I could key on. And I'm thinking, where do I start? Well, I'm going to start at this point. Marty talked about how we were able to bless people from somebody else. And we were two of the funniest looking elves you'll ever seen. But we are also the happiest elves you've ever seen because we actually had a blast about it. And we'll talk about that in the future, I'm sure, or we might not. Now, I'm looking at my phone here. And Marty's talking about this awesome contest that we have going for free. $21,000 worth of prizes that are offered. And I'm looking down at the Powerball lottery is $900 million for tonight. And I think the mega total between the mega and the Powerball is $1.5 billion. The odds of winning this money are slim to lightning to nothing. Is it fun to play? It is. And I guarantee you that all the people out there who won't even think about giving us a shot is going to go buy some of these tickets. And you might as well just give your money to the poor because you're not going to win. But if you get into this contest here, maybe you won't win the $10,000 prize. Maybe you will. But you do walk out of there with three, how do we say, consolation prizes, how they used to say that. Remember that word? Which is O male, O trim, and O net. And, oh, by the way, just a quick little update. You remember we had a bunch of oatmeals that we processed them wrong and they got stuck and they had to redo it all. I'm getting a lot of calls right now. I left Ash a message. He hasn't returned yet, but I'm getting a lot of calls and texts from people that their oatmeals are now working. So if you had one of those where it was stuck, check it. I'm very excited about that. Literally been working on that for months to try to help that out. We tried a bunch of different ways. Finally, Ash said, we got it. Stop sending me stuff. We got it. Don't send me no more, Chris. So I'm very excited about that. But I'm also excited that I had a really crazy weekend. It was fun. It rained a lot. And I got to sit around. And as Marty loves when I talk about how I cleaned my house, and I thought about a lot of things, what I really want to do when everything takes off here. And the funny thing is, it wasn't about me. And I'm finding that out more and more about people that became founders. If you're new to listening to this, you actually get, when you first get into this, you think cha-ching, ba-bam, ba-boom, and your mind goes kind of crazy. Now, I've been in it for over 3 years, and probably the last 2 years and 9 months, I've only thought about other people or other things that I could fix. Am I a saint? No, by no means am I a saint. Never been. I'll try, but I don't think I'll ever be a saint. St. Christopher does sound nice, though, but I really just want to get out there. And, Marty says, Chris, listen, all I did for the Seeds Academy was talk about it. Just thought this guy was the amazing guy, William. He was the one that was doing this. He's been doing it. I was happy to be a mouthpiece for him, and I'm very happy that I surrounded myself with over 1,400,000 people that actually helped out with not only the David Penny family, but with Seeds Academy. That is worth like winning $1 trillion. Keep your $1.5 billion, because that's what it felt like, that I just hit the lottery when I see these people giving and sending donations, and absolutely love it. But the track that we're on right now is we're on a winning pace. How you say it? We're on a winning pace, and the finish line, as we talked about a few years ago, I don't even see a finish line. I don't see any finish line at the end of Onpassive, because it's going to keep growing and growing. I'm just going to keep looking forward, and that's all I really want to do. Time schedules, we don't have time schedules. I don't keep a time schedule myself, except if I have an appointment. But that's caused a lot of craziness. I still found some lady today was posting the wrong stuff about the paid product. Wrong, guys, don't even post about that information. The 90% of people that I've seen that shared it, you had it all wrong. So take those down. Let's wait for rock solid. Ash was giving us what was coming. In other words, he's so full of ideas and things that are come out that he lets a little bit out just to relieve that pressure. So I absolutely love that he does that. But we go ahead, and he said, the funny thing is, he said, by this time tomorrow, there'll be 100 people putting out the wrong information. And you know what? Call a spade a spade. He was absolutely right. We were knocking down doors. Hey, you got to take that down. Well, this person shared it. Listen, the only thing that you should be sharing is if it comes out of your back office, all right, from Ash Mufareh, period. Listen, we're at the point now where everything is very, very important about how we follow directions, what we see. Ash still does not want to release this to the world as far as what he knows. He's trying to keep us as a transparent CEO, which he's very good at. But other people he don't really want to know yet. You remember, we've already had a couple big companies steal our ideas. All right, we all know that's true, but we can't just say something because it sounds good to us. Yep. Chris and Marty use this back scratcher, and they lose 20 pounds a day just by scratching their back. If you know what I mean. It'll come out tomorrow as Chris and Marty have a magic wand. It's got magic in it, and it's only $125. And if you just touch it, you automatically lose weight. That's what I'm talking about. People mix up the story. Comical, yes, but truthful. One of my responsibilities, and not just because I'm a founder or was a formal, whatever you want to call us, loudspeaker, I take it at personal level to protect this company, to protect Ash Mufareh, his family, the tech team, Marty Degarmo, his family, Red, Julie, Robin, Peter, Charles, Michael, all of you. I can keep going down the list and then going on. I protect all of you. I don't want anyone making fun of us and we understand. Actually, we have fun with that. When I say Marty, though, you never guess what they said about us today. And Marty, he gets mad at me, but to me, I got a pretty good livelihood as far as when people say something. And the reason I laugh when people say negative things about us is because I really know the truth. And yes, Dan Street, I'm trying to stand still. It's not easy for me. But I love it when someone tells me something that's not true about Onpassive, because I already know the truth. I do understand what's coming. I do have text going off every 30 seconds. This is what I love about Onpassive. People say, you've waited this long and you haven't made any money. Yeah, that's the absolute truth. That's the absolute truth. Haven't made a dime. Haven't made any commissions from Onpassive. But I know that when it does, you'll be asking me, how much did you make this week, Chris, or this day? And I'll never tell you. Watch my growth in my life. All right. As maybe I get wealthier, things are going to grow around me. It's just not going to be Chris Johnson getting this and that. No. Watch the growth in my life, what I'm going to do. I'm going to be able to reach out and help anyone in the world through Bless or the Bless projects. People just on the street. That's rich, man. That's making money there where you could just walk up to anyone and say, listen, I'm not going to give you $20, but I just want you to listen to me. I want to change your life. If you want it, I want to help you do it. And there's 1 million of us now. Next year, there's going to be 10 million. The third year, there's going to be 100 million. Before you know it, there's going to be 2 or 3 billion people in Onpassive with the same vision, the same dream, realizing the world got so much better because instead of hating everybody, we found a way to make people smile. We don't care about all the politics that go on in this world. And let the politicians have their little island, guys. Let them have their island, and let's create a new world with the right way to do things that's been so bad for many years. Way before I was born, it was bad. Way before my father was born, it was bad. No one corrected it. All right? Ash comes along and he comes up with the saying, I love the correction to the corruption. That means so much. It just doesn't mean, oh, we're going to fix that guy that ripped somebody off online. No, man, it's a lot deeper than that. The correction to the corruption, anything that you could think that's wrong, Ash Mufareh, I don't care what you say, is going to find a way to get it fixed, fix it. When he's talking about homelessness, man, he's so serious it ain't funny. People laugh at us. You really think you're going to be able to stop homelessness? Yeah, I do. I know Ash Mufareh says he does. Now he says, we might not get everyone, but we're going to try. And if we could take a little pressure off this world by helping people that need help. See, the rich people, they don't need help. Stinking rich people, they need help, but up here. But people that are just middle class, lower, they just need help. They need a little love. They need a little respect because we don't give people like that respect. Come on, tell me I'm wrong. You see someone on the street, wore out clothes, carrying a garbage bag over the back, you don't got no respect for them. You don't know where their life was. You don't know where it came from. Why don't you go up and ask them once in a while, hey, can I help you? Some of them just want to be talked to. Guess what? Onpassive is going to find a way to talk to these individuals, to listen, to give them a voice. That's really what I love about Onpassive. You can keep everything else, but the blessing part of what Onpassive is going to do for everyone, that's worth zillions and zillions of dollars to me. And I really can't wait for that to happen because there's only one company, one family that's going to make it happen, and that's called Onpassive. And I truly believe that everyone else hasn't. All you rich people out there fighting over who wants to be the richest, we're fighting over how we can create wealth for anyone that wants it. All right, that's all we're about. See that QR code? Click it. Click it if you're new here. Get into this contest. Get your free O-mail, O-net, O-trim. Go to Onpassive.com and go completely berserk about this beautiful site they did today. Every week they switch it. All right, that's just trying to show you what they can do. The best tech engineers bar by none. Perfect. Unbelievable. And they're working for all of us. I would like to send out, because I'm Marty, I'm doing Share Marty's Life. Kevin Rutledge and David Angelic both lost their moms over the weekend. Our condolences to both those families. If you do have a birthday, happy birthday to you. God bless you. Listen, founders of America, founders of the global, founders of the world, all right, keep praying. Change is coming. And you're going to be part of the greatest change, the greatest history-making movement that you've ever seen. Marty Degarmo, back to you, brother.
Fantastic. Everything fantastic, Chris. One thing I wanted to cover real quick, because we've been about 30 minutes already. We did go over 500 people. I think we're at 530 at one point, which is very good. I appreciate all that. I have much gratitude. I want to give you I want to give an example. Now, you know, I've been online. This is my 19th year. It feels like 40. 10 years sometimes, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. No kidding. Every day. Anyway, and then I was blessed to find Onpassive. But I'm going to give you an example. When people start asking you questions, I had a gentleman call me a couple of weeks ago. I'll try to do this quick. I told a lot of people already. And he started asking me questions about Onpassive, and I'm not really good at kowtowing to somebody about trying to make them happy. I'm not against it. I just don't. Somebody that's kind of negative, that you're not going to ever give them the right answer. So I kind of twisted it around a little bit. But he asked a lot of questions. How am I supposed to tell people that I know what the pay structure is, how it works, and all that? And I said, well, he went on and on and on and on. And finally, I went, okay, I'm done with this, right? So I said, can I ask you a few questions? Would that be okay? And he said, yeah. I said, okay. How long have you been online? He said, 10 years. I said, okay. In those 10 years, how many opportunities were you in? I use opportunities very loosely, okay? Better than business, because they weren't businesses. He said, oh, maybe 10? No, 30, he said. Okay. In all 30 of those, did they explain to you exactly what the pay structure was? Yes, from A to Z. I know exactly how it worked. Exactly. Everybody knew. Okay, then I yanked the pole because I wanted to really hook him. So he's happy as a lark, you know. He's proven his point. I said, well, let me ask you another question. And this is the last one, if you don't mind. No, go ahead. He's pretty hyped up now. He's letting me know, I know all the pay structures and all the other ones. You're not going to tell me this one. So I said, okay, in all of those businesses, and this might take you a couple of minutes, and all of them, what did you make? Now, I'd appreciate it if you would subtract what you lost and give me a number of what you made in those 10 years. And he said, none of your freaking business. Now, my point was, then I answered him saying, of course it's not. Of course it's not. I said, I'm going to tell you why. 98% of the people don't make a dime in the long run. They don't. Even if they get a flash of money, if you go through the whole process, that money's gone plus some money. So you lose. And I said, I'm not putting you down. Numbers don't lie. And while I was talking to you, I didn't get that urge or that feeling that you were one of the 2%. Who the frick? So he's not happy. But my point to him was, you knew all those pay structures A to Z. What good was it? What good was it for you? 90 days, 100 grand, 40 days, 50 grand. Follow me and I'll make you free. Fake it till you make it. All that bull crap that we got fed, you got fed, everybody gets fed. It doesn't work. It's never worked. And the 2%, 1% of them's lying. Okay? And I met guys that made 80 grand a month. They bought a new house. They got all this stuff. A couple years later, I met them. They're in a one-bedroom apartment. They lost their family. They lost everything because why? That great, unbelievable business is gone. And his income, I don't know about you, just do the math, is gone. As far as building something for 600 years, whatever it is. And I don't need to know the structure because he said we're going to be fine. I'm going to pay you as much as I legally can. I'm done. What do I care what the structure is? I care more that he gives us what he promised. That's all I want. I don't need to know the details. What's the difference? Details mean nothing if they give you nothing. Anyway, that was my point. Shut up!
Marty.
That's
Marty,
yeah.
Mute yourself. Let me say something real quick while your dogs calm down. Just to let you know what's going on today, guys. I know Comfort is doing double headers, 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock, I believe. Way to go, Comfort. I know that there's a new one out for Andy Burks and Collins. I love that one. They give two sides, technical side and the business side. I really, the very first one they did, I fell in love with. I'm not sure if that's playing today or tomorrow, but check in the back office. They'll have it posted. You got Michael and Julie at 3 o'clock today. You got Rob Lynn live 8 o'clock every night. And if I miss anyone else, Engineer Mike somewhere in there. I think he's at 10 o'clock. I don't know if that's today or tomorrow, but check out Collins and Andy. Really good. They do a almost like a he said, she said, but a he said. One's IT, one's business. Where Collins, I love Collins. I love Andy. Collins breaks it down what the IT factor is. And then Andy turns around and puts it in an idea or the actual, hey, let me give you an idea of what that means. So they break it down two different ways. And I absolutely went, wow, what a great idea. So see, this is what you call being creative. You got two good guys already. We all know Collins. We all know Andy. Coming together and doing something different. That's so creative. I never thought of that. Hey, we got an IT guy and a business guy, a numbers guy, and they're going to bring it on. And it's almost comical how I was watching. Wow, my head's going back like a tennis ball. And I'm at a tennis match. And I thought it was almost like a debate. I loved it. So you guys get a chance, check that out. And everyone else is doing stuff. Listen, a lot of great things going on out there. Just make sure you're giving the right information. The one thing I like about what Andy and Collins are doing is they're both professionals, one IT, one on business, and then they bring it together, man. It makes a whole new garden, a whole new mixture of some really good things. So check that out. And let me tell you this, it doesn't take a lot to do something kind. Good morning, good night, have a great day. Trust me, it goes a long way, and it's free. Kind of like our contest. I mean, I don't know who's going to win this contest. I always say I hope it's someone that really needs it, but $21,000 to go and win a lot of money for absolutely free just is unheard of these days. But I can't wait till the end of the month just to see who the winners are. That's exciting for me. But Marty Degarmo, you need a new voice. I think you should take the rest of the day off. No webinars for you. I can hear your voice. AI is not going to be able to fix that voice today. But I did watch a YouTube with Simon Cowell and that AGT where they do the singing, and Simon had lost his voice, and they built him a recording box that you would swear it was just Simon talking. You hit a button. That's what you need. Bite me or whatever how you say things. But really cool. That's technology. Look at technology is everywhere. You're never going to stop it. Listen, I was a union worker for 32 years at that plant and 10 years in the Teamsters, way before that. All right. And it doesn't matter. You cannot stop technology. Now, is every job in the world listen, there's a lot of jobs in the world that need to be done by robots. If any of you have ever worked in a factory 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, I just went and got my oil changed. And this guy got in my car. He took out the glove box, changed the filter. There's a filter behind your glove box. And I looked at him. He's on the floor on his knees. I said, now, can you imagine doing that every minute for 10 hours straight? You get a couple breaks at lunch. He says, no, man, there's no way I can do that. I said, well, remember that, because people do it every single day. People shingle roofs every single day. They lay tile. They lay brick. They clean. There's a lot of things out there that robots are not going to do because people just like me. I like cleaning my own house. I love cutting my own grass. I love cleaning my pool. Not every day, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's robots that clean your pool. They have artificial intelligence lawnmowers that cut your grass. And you can hire someone if you need a maid to help clean your house. All right. I was going to say you can get married, but I would probably get my head slapped because I actually love cleaning stuff. The next big thing in my life is watching Onpassive just blossom. Because I'm telling you, when Onpassive blossoms, the whole garden is going to grow like wildfires. And that's what we're going to see. All right, Marty, I hope your dog's quiet down because I think I'm out of things to say. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, this is a good time. It's a good time to wrap it up. I want to appreciate everybody that came. Over 500 people today, which is really nice. Don't forget about Robin Live. And by the way, Andy and Collins is a very good idea. When I heard they were getting together, I talked to both of them yesterday, and that was great news.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing I know for sure. If they don't know, they'll say, I don't know, and they tell the truth. And you can't ask for more than that. Mm-hmm. They don't hype things up. They're not going to say stuff they don't know. And that's beautiful. That's what we need to do. By the way, we're in good hands. It's only going to get better. Keep your eyes open. I've read a couple posts from Mr. Nazal, like things are hopping. So, and I know the last text I got from Mr. Mufareh was, we just left a 50-hour meeting. And by the way, this is the kind of people he has, the kind of people we have, which is really funny. They're working for us. Mm-hmm. If he didn't shut off the webinar, they won't go home. He actually had to shut it off. They won't leave. So that's that's the company. That's what's wrapping us in their arms. We haven't made. We were blessed. All of you deserve it. We all deserve it. I hear people say, I don't know what I did to deserve it. You did something right or you wouldn't be here. Anyway, love you all. Chris, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Marty.
I had a good time. And if Chris is lucky, I'll let him win pool. Anyway, I'll see you all. And God bless.
And bye, everyone.